Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? So I know that the resin system, look, there's no getting around it. It's the big point of contention around Genshin Impact. There are a lot of people who are saying it's okay. There's a lot of people complaining about it, saying that it's just completely hindering their enjoyment of the game. And let's be honest, I don't think there's anyone really saying that the resin system is fantastic or the best that it could be. But I do think that there are a lot of people complaining about the resin system because they're not fully understanding or not willing to understand what to use their resin on. There are a lot of cases where I see that people are complaining that they can't progress very far in the game, or I see people saying that they can't roll for their favorite characters. And this is all without spending money, of course. The players who are spending money, I think, understand that the system is flawed, but they're willing to accept it and just put money into it. So I'm not talking to those players. I'm talking to players who don't necessarily spend money on this game. There is a significant bottleneck, but I think a lot of them are venturing to look into the rolling aspects of using their resin as opposed to progression. And then so when they go to progress, they see that there's this big bottleneck where they're not getting the more they need, the adventure experience, the artifacts, whatever it may be, and they're finding that as a bottleneck. So a user on Reddit, I don't remember exactly his name, but I will be putting the link to the original post down in the description below, as always, so you can go and check that out. He made up this nice little graphic, and I think that it highlights a nice little detail when it comes to the resin system that I think some people are overlooking, and they want to do too much at once. So let's jump over right here and take a look at this graphic real quick. So basically what he did, so the whole concept is if you spend a pity on resin. So basically what he means by this is, just in case you don't know, pity is basically once you hit your 90th roll, within that 90 rolls, you're guaranteed to get a 5-star either unit or weapon, whatever's on the banner. So what he's doing is taking 90 rolls worth of Primogems. So 90 times 160 Primogems per roll equals 14,400 Primogems. So he's basically suggesting what happens if we take that pity roll, which is only a 5-star, and turn it into progression. So these numbers are based on either using a single bonus resin, which is only 50 Primogems, or 180 bonus resin, which is 250 resin a day, which is 3 extra resin recharges. And I'm going to use those numbers just because it's over 58 days. So we're talking $100 for 2 days. I don't think there's anyone who's realistically going to use this for the 288 day number. And also of note that all these numbers are calculated at world level 4, which we can see, well, not on the bottom because it's cut off, but world level 4, and that 5-star artifacts do start dropping at world level 5, but all these rewards will increase once you get to world level 5. So if you were to use those Primogems for resin rather than rolls, you could be getting an extra 396,000 more a day. You could be looking at 3 5-star, 18 4-star, or 54 3-star artifacts per day. You could be looking at an extra 517,000 extra experience for your characters per day, an extra 900 adventure experience, or an extra, 30-ish minutes of gameplay time. And I know that's another thing a lot of people are talking about is there's not a lot of gameplay to this game yet. So now, granted, you can't do all these things with your extra 3 bonus resin, but you can do, 1 chunk per day, right? So looking at these numbers, if you're not actually looking at them on paper, you might not think that you could actually get that much progression with only 3 extra bonus resin. But looking at this, almost 400k more a day, that's a lot. You're looking at like, what, 2.8 mil over the course of a week, just if you want to go for Mora, or you're looking at like 3.5 million experience if you're just going for experience books. Now, granted, you're going to lose, progression in terms of like fighting world bosses or stuff like that. But if you're not going for full refreshes, you're going to have to make sacrifices somewhere. The whole point to this was to show that, I think a lot of people are jealous of the people who are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on rolls, or not even thousands, let's say hundreds. If you're spending hundreds of dollars on rolls, it's nice to see like all the 5-star characters. If your roster is full, you have all 23 characters in this game currently. I think a lot of people are getting down and getting stuck on the fact that there are players who are spending that money and they want to live that life, but they can't either get it financially and they want it given to them, or I don't know, whatever other reason. But because of that, because they're rolling, they're down on Primogems, so they're down on resin, so their progression is slowing. So maybe if you're in that category, or you just don't know if refreshes are worth it for you, This is a nice handy little guide to say, look, if you spend some of your Primogems, get an extra 180 bonus resin, you can be reaping all these rewards, and they only go up as your adventure rank goes up. So once you make it to 5, and then if you make it to 6, like, these rewards are just going to go up from there. So if you're spending the extra resin up front to get your adventure rank up higher, your rewards are also going to get higher, and you'll be able to progress further. So keep that in mind when we're talking about resin. There is a, like I said, there is a push and pull between do you roll or do you get resin. I know the system is not perfect, but like I said, just keep these numbers in mind. I think this was really handy for me, at least, to see what you could actually put your resin towards. And I think it does say a lot in terms of how you can use your resin most efficiently. But guys, that's all I got for the video today. I hope it did give you a little bit of insight in terms of whether you should be using your Primogems for rolls or for progression. I think for a lot of people, progression is really where you're going to be wanting to put your Primogems, especially if you're not able to do large quantity of pulls. In terms of pulls, look, the luck is just not in your favor, so you kind of have to accept that and move on if you want to play this game and not complain about it, and let's be honest, make it worse for everyone else, because there are a lot of people enjoying this game, and bringing them down with it is not going to help things. So guys, that's all I have for the video today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did and you want to see some more content from me, head over to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/xjazz207, where I stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. EST. Or if you want to support me right here on YouTube, you can go ahead and click that red subscribe button. But like I said, that's all I got for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.